At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
Local people. Local news and events. Local sports. Local matters. For all things Lloydminster area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Hey, thanks for joining us this morning. The new Lloydminster Nissan is open on Highway 17 South. The parking lot is paved. The concrete work is done. The building is bright, beautiful, big, and open, and the lot is full of inventory. So we'd love to see at the new Lloydminster Nissan. Take a look at our new and pre-owned inventory. And if you're purchasing new right now, you get $500 in gas or $500 in groceries with that purchase. The new Lloydminster Nissan, now open back again in Lloydminster, fully, and I mean fully, including the service department on Highway 17 South. Well, I really want to thank you for joining us on the show today. We're going to be chatting with a few people this morning. We've got Donna Schellenberg on the show. She's going to tell us about a huge block party happening tomorrow night. Lleyton Bates from the Chuckwagon Capital of Canada out in Dewberry tells us about their Chuckwagon Weekend, and they've got a lot of stuff going on. And next weekend is a huge concert in Marwayne with Aaron Goodvin coming. Daley Brochu is going to join us in just a few minutes to tell us about Aaron Goodvin and why they're holding concerts in Marwayne and trying to raise some funds for the Marwayne Arena. That's on the way here very shortly. Superior Water specializes in nothing but water, and with over 22 years in the business, they're proud and confident that their water is superior. For iron filters, water softeners, reverse osmosis distillers, chlorine removal, H2S odor removal, give Superior Water a call, 780-875-6636, or you can visit them on their 57th Avenue location right beside Sheepskin Loft. I drink Superior Water because I like the taste. Well, this Saturday is the 16th annual Just Cruisin' Show and Shine at the Service Sports Center. The Car Club is expecting, without including their cars, over 200 vehicles. So there'll be lots to look at and lots to do, especially for the kids, because once again, the make and take model is back and the Matchbox races are back for the kids as well. And Jerry Duhame told us that there's also a special guest coming on Saturday.
Dave Mischuk, you might remember him from Lost Car Rescue. He was the auto body man. He was one of the team that went out there and took a look at some of the vehicles. And so we approached him, and now that the show's off the air, these guys got more time. He doesn't live very far away. He lives near Spiritwood.
Well, I didn't know he lived right there. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, and these guys have picked up people from not too far away from here. And so, yeah, he's going to come and he's going to send some autographs, and we've got a little poster for him to sign, and we're going to have a little tent for him to hang out in. And he doesn't know it yet, but he's going to pick the best original car. So it'll give him something to do. So it's something for people to come out and see somebody different that we've never had before.
Well, I guess he knows now.
Registration is from 9 to noon. The show and shine from 10 to 3 on Saturday. And Ripfest is back at the Lloydminster Exhibition. That starts tomorrow night as well. Border City Connects has teamed up with the Lloydminster Kinsmen to host another great event, which includes car show now, entertainment daily starting at 3 o'clock. And if you're looking for a place to watch the game on Saturday night, well, Glenn Fagnan tells us you can head down, catch it at Ripfest.
We've been able to have Maz Entertainment have their 10 by 17 or 18 foot television that we're going to be having a watch party down at the Rib Fest there. So we're really looking forward to that in conjunction with our beer garden. So everybody will be able to walk all through the whole area there, watching the game and having a brew or two.
And let's not forget the great ribs, and they've got ice cream this year, and there's always brisket and sausages and, well, chorizo sausage, and I'll tell you, it is absolutely delicious, and Beer Garden's going to be very entertaining this go round with Rib Fest as well. Let's go out to the Lloydminster exhibition for their Chase the Ace draw, which happens on Wednesday nights. And there was no winner last night. Well, there's a winner, but not a big time winner. And the Chase the Ace deck now down to 42 cards. And the jackpot, although it didn't quite make $40,000 last night, it certainly looks like it will this week. So get your tickets. There are 3 ways to purchase your tickets for just $10. You can stop in at the Lloydminster exhibition, or you go to lloydx.com and you can purchase right there with a Visa or MasterCard, or you can get the details on how to set up an e-transfer and make that as well. And if you want to bundle your tickets up and have better odds at winning, you can do that as well. Wellings of Lloydminster is now offering 1 or 2 bedroom gorgeous villas for those that are 55 and over, but are still looking to keep their independence. So whether you're starting to travel more and you don't want to have to worry about what is happening with the big house at home, or maybe your health is starting to get you a little bit and you're like, I don't want to shovel anymore and I don't want to have to cut the grass, or maybe you're just looking for more freedom to not have to worry about that stuff. That's what Wellings of Lloydminster is all about. You call Darlene and take a tour of their 1 or 2 bedroom villas. 2 bedrooms do have a gorgeous garage. You can also choose between a high ceiling, low ceiling. Pets are also welcome, and they're also building a clubhouse to make it more of an adult community for, once again, those 55 and over. Call Darlene and take a tour of Wellings of Lloydminster. Well, I had a chance to sit down with Donna Schellenberg and talk about tomorrow night's block party. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, Donna will tell us all about that.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with a Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
Welcome back. I want to let you know about BioClean Disaster Services. BioClean Disaster Services is not only Lloydminster's local restoration company, they're also Lloydminster's largest restoration company. And while they'll take care of your possessions and take care of your property, what BioClean Disaster Services is really going to do is take care of your family and help you get your life back. Now, if you've been through fire, flood, or disaster, you know what that means. If you haven't been through that yet, we hope you never have to find out. But if you do, trust BioClean Disaster Services, because you're going to miss those mundane things that happen all the time. You're going to want those back. And that's where BioClean Disaster Services comes in, taking care of you and your family. 1-833-246-8326. Donna Schellenberg is here, and she is not only the owner of To the Core Pilates here in Lloydminster, but she's also the Chamber of Commerce president. And so we're lucky to get some time with Donna. So Donna, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So let's talk about the block party. How many years for the block party now?
This is year 3. So super exciting, 3 years in a row, and it is growing every year.
What gave you the idea that you needed to do this?
It was our 15-year anniversary in that location. And we wanted to do something really special for our clients and have like a big celebration. And this is where that whole importance of community connection comes in, and business connections, and knowing who your neighbors are. Because I went and I talked to Keith over at Skyline, and I passed this by him, and it was just perfect timing. They were also celebrating an anniversary, and they were also trying to put together something that was a barbecue and celebrate their clients. And that was a really special thing for them that year too. Talked to them over at Reynolds Plumbing. Guess what? It was their anniversary too. And they were also looking at MIT, also has been in business. All these businesses in business for over 40 years. And they're all looking for ways to celebrate their clients. And it was just like, it was meant to be. I mean, you bring those businesses together and you start to find out how much you actually have in common and how much you're all really dedicated to helping your community and building a community. And so it just kind of went from there. We got together all those businesses. We each picked and chose what we were going to do to bring that whole block party together. And then that's where it started.
Yeah, it's not like you're in a real traffic heavy neighborhood either, so trying to get people to recognize you, what better way to say, hey, here's where we're at too,
right. And none of us really rely on traffic, which is what makes it really interesting. And we don't count, right? We're not that we don't count, we count, but we're not part of the downtown core. We're not part of Highway 16 or Highway 17, where so many of our businesses are really centered, right? And so because we're kind of so much out of the way, it was a really nice way to bring some attention to our area. And not just that, but also to celebrate the community that we have of just our residential area as well. Some of those other areas are nice and close to downtown, or they're close to Highway 16, whereas our area, they kind of get left out of that stuff, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And so we make sure that we go out and we put door knockers on all of our neighbors' doors, and we tell them what's happening, and we invite them all to come, and it has become just a huge community thing. Our neighbors now come and they keep an eye on our businesses, right? And before, I don't know that was happening necessarily, but now we'll have neighbors come and say, we saw somebody around, or and we said, what are you doing over here, right? And so now they're watching our businesses for us too. And so it's become a big deal that we have this wonderful community over there.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
It is pretty
kind
awesome.
Of a neighborhood watch.
Just
by being nice to your neighbors.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, who knew being nice would pay off such dividends, right? Like, be nice to people.
Most of your events are free, but you do have beef on a bun and hot dogs.
Yes.
For the interval home. Tell us why the interval home.
So year one, we did the MS Society. Last year we did the interval home, and this year we did as well. Part of who we donate to is also who's going to bring volunteers and help us, right? All of our businesses, we don't have a lot of staff. We need some help to also run this event. And so it has become some of the youth groups come and they are bringing their games, or Pleasant View is bringing their climbing wall. And so it brings awareness to those groups, and then they get to talk to some of the kids. There's so many kids out there that are looking for places to belong and things to join. And it gives them such an amazing opportunity to meet some of these youth groups and meet some of the people in town that can be part of their community, right? And then, so the interval home, I mean, they just have such an amazing impact on our community. Their reach is huge, and they just help such a diverse portion of our population that it just made sense to help them out again this year.
Telling me a little bit about what other events you have, because I didn't know the climbing wall. That's pretty interesting.
It's neat, yeah. So we actually had the climbing wall year one, but they didn't come last year. They were doing some construction out there and they couldn't bring it. So they're coming again this year. And then one of the youth groups is bringing, they call them kind of like a round game, but they partition off a whole area and the kids can play hockey, and they just have different organized games in there. And we like that part because it gives the older kids something to do other than to be in the bouncy house. And we kind of found that first year that lots of the older kids were kind of like hanging out in the bouncy house. And then it made it harder for the littler kids to just go in there and have fun. And so this year we actually are having a bubble machine. And so that, I think I might be just out there popping bubbles. I mean, how much fun is that? But great for the little kids, right? That love to just chase the bubbles and stuff. And then again, we'll have those games for the bigger kids. And I think sometimes those older kids get left out a little bit. You have the bouncy houses and some of those other things for the smaller kids. You kind of forget that there's other kids that want to come out and have some fun too, right?
Yeah.
So, and then the Scoop's going to be there, and they've come every year, and they provide us with ice cream, and we've got coffee and popcorn and water and all those things. And then we have 16 vendors that are coming as well. And so they'll line one portion of the street, and our vendors see 400 to 450 people in the 4 hours, and they do fabulously. So we've had different vendors every year. We've had a couple that came back every single year, and they do better every year they come.
Tell us about some of those vendors.
Oh, geez. I knew you were going to ask, and I have so many different ones this year.
Well, you mentioned the big one. The Scoop is a big one.
The Scoop's a big one. Yeah. And Maria's awesome, and she brings... they just bring so much fun every time they come. Last year, they actually had to go back and get more ice cream because they ran out. So it was great, right? And it was so warm last year. It was a beautiful day.
Looks like it's going to be another nice day.
Oh, I hope
fingers
so.
Crossed.
Fingers crossed. As of right now, Friday's partially cloudy, right? But there's not a lot of rain in the forecast. I'm like, please stay like that.
I've been refreshing. It looks like 21.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just keep refreshing
That's
and
right.
keep hoping that that's what it's going to stay as. And then we have people that make homemade bags, right? Homemade leather bags. We have people that make kombucha. We have people that sell teas. We have all sorts of bath salts. The businesses range from everything's homemade, right? Almost. So.
And you have something which you do tours of.
Yeah.
How important is that to bring customers in? Say this. How many different businesses you mentioned? 4?
So we have MIT, Joni Bem, that is a mortgage broker. She's also in there. Skyline Refrigeration. There's us. There's also Karen's Bookkeeping, who is downstairs from me. And then also Reynolds Plumbing. So between all of those businesses. And yeah, we're all doing business tours too. I think probably out of all the businesses, for mine, the business tour is probably the most important.
So. Yeah.
Because most people have no idea what Pilates is. They're like, well, isn't it kind of like yoga? No, it's not.
But, no, it's not. No, it's not.
No, it's not. And Kurt's had the privilege of coming and trying, and so he knows it's nothing like yoga.
It's nothing like yoga.
It's nothing like yoga. Yeah. And so that's really important. And we actually just expanded in November, December, and so we added on another 900 square feet to the studio. So we're at 3,200 square feet. And so people that have never been in a Pilates studio before, and they're even curious, what the heck is a Pilates studio? It's a wonderful time. It's totally stress-free. There's no obligations. There's nothing. You just come and do a tour, right? And it's a great opportunity for our clients or for our neighbors' clients to say, you know what, I deal with Skyline all the time. You should come meet them because they're awesome people. Right. And once you meet them, you'll understand why I use them all the time. Or for people that come and we keep telling our friends they should be doing Pilates and they don't come. And so you could just bring them and they get a tour and they go, oh, now I get it.
Yeah, now I get it.
Now I get it. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, some of it is until you've actually been in the buildings themselves or met some of the people, then maybe you don't understand the connections for people. So we're a pretty great bunch of people,
It's become like a community event that you find the community's almost expecting it now.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you ever think that, when you were doing it 3 years ago?
No, it was just kind of, even when Keith and I originally really started talking about it, it was kind of like, yeah, this would be great for an anniversary thing. We really want to celebrate all of our clients, and it just kind of bloomed and blossomed from that. And that's just the most amazing part. When you build connections with other people, it's amazing what happens. It's just amazing.
What am I forgetting to ask you?
Oh, I don't know. The donations for the interval for meal is by donations. So if you want to come and you want to donate $5 per beef on a bun with your drink, you can do that. If you'd like to donate more, you're welcome to do that. And yeah, we actually have a young man named Woody who comes by. And do you know Woody? Have you met Woody before?
No.
Oh, okay. So Woody is... he has created and built for himself a machine that he goes around town all the time. He collects garbage. And he came to our first event and he cleaned and cleaned and cleaned. The whole area, it was spotless. There wasn't a speck of paper on the ground anywhere. And we sent him home with with hamburgers that year, and gave him some cash for coming and helping and stuff. And he has come back each year. He actually stopped in at the studio a couple of weeks ago and said, I heard it's happening. I'll be here to help clean up for you. Right. And he's just, he's a wonderful person that he just shows up, and you'll see him cruising around town, and he's
exactly
cleaning
who
up
you're
around
talking about,
town. Yeah. So Woody will come and he'll help us clean up and stuff. But yeah, no, I don't know that you're forgetting anything else.
4 to 8.
4 till 8 on Friday. Come early so that people aren't sold out of their stuff. We had a couple of people sell out of stuff in previous years, so get there early. Best selection of things from all the vendors. That's great.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Donna.
Yeah, thank you for having me. That's wonderful.
And we'll be back with you again in a moment.
It's more than just taxes at L&A CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at L&A CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. L&A CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
Welcome back. We are excited to be joined by Lleyton Bates out in Dewberry, and Dewberry is going to be a busy place this weekend because they have a ton of stuff planned. Lleyton is with the Dewberry Chuckwagon Heritage Society, and it is let's call it the Chuckwagon Capital of Canada. So Lleyton, thanks for taking some time to join us.
Oh, thank you so much, Kurt. It's an honor.
Let's start with tomorrow. Let's start with what you're doing to kind of kick off the biggest weekend in Dewberry.
Yeah. So tomorrow we've got we've got a barbecue. Cornerstone Co-op. There's such great sponsors or helpful. We're putting on a barbecue there at the Dewberry Co-op. I think at noon to or 11 to 2, and then kind of kicks off the week, and then we go right into our races at 7 p.m.
But tell us about those chuck wagons, those pony chucks that are coming.
Yeah, so we've got the AP, CCA, and as well as a junior, or as well as a couple, I guess the big wagons you could call them, but so a couple heats of that, and a couple heats, quite a few heats of pony chuck wagons and chariots, and so it'll be quite a bit of entertainment, that's for sure.
Some of these big guys that are coming from the WPCA, it's kind of last minute, but most of them from around that area, right?
Yeah, we couldn't keep these guys off the track. I mean, it's like you said earlier, it's they absolutely love to race. So I'm glad we could work with them to get them back. Although we couldn't get them all back, 2 heats is better than nothing for sure.
Yeah, that combined. And tell us about the idea to go with a rodeo this year too. That's different for Dewberry, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we've got a direct qualifier, junior rough stock, direct qualifier to Las Vegas this year, which is an interesting concept. I think it's us and the Ponoka Stampede doing it, and it's meant for the Canadian kids that try to make it in the rodeo world, and they're trying to instead of having to travel down to the States, they can come to these 2 shows and try and qualify to go down there. And so David Bensmiller, he put that together and work with them, and it should be. I mean, it's a brand new thing for us this year, so there's going to be some growing pains, but we got everything in, should have everything in place now with the chutes and everything. So it's looking a little bit different down at the sports grounds, but no, it should be should add to the whole show, and it should make a great weekend for sure.
Yeah, how much work went into that? How like rearranging things?
Well, yeah, I was only in for half of it. I've been down the Chuckwagon circuit, but for half of it. But no, it's been a little bit of work, but it'll be all worth it come Saturday and Sunday to watch the kids buck. It'll be good. It'll be all worth it.
Now, Sunday is not just Chuckwagons and rodeo. I mean, that's the centerpiece to it, but there's a lot going on in Dewberry on Saturday.
Yeah, for sure. Saturday we've got the whole community. I mean, the Dewberry community is famous for rallying behind our Wagon Weekend every year. So obviously we've got our barbecue on Friday, but then we have usually 2 or 3 meetings as a community to discuss events. So like we've got to start it all off, we always have our pancake breakfast at the fire hall. So that's a good way to support the volunteer fire department that's in Dewberry and keep them alive. And then we always have our famous Dewberry parade down Main Street. There's only a couple streets, so you shouldn't get lost trying to find the parade. And then we've the Dewberry Egg Society has something going on at the arena. The museum puts exhibits together and does a whole exhibition on, I think this year it's the history of Daniel's Agriterra there. And then like the seniors have something. They've got a garage sale going on. The museum has a bake sale, that kind of thing. So there's always events going on during the weekend, especially on Saturday.
Yeah, you guys have a lot going on. There's also music by Dusty Tunes. You got ice cream specials. And what time does everything start for the Chuckwagons and the rodeo on Saturday?
So Saturday we've got 4 p.m. for the rodeo, and then 7 p.m. we're gonna have follow with the big wagons, and then 7 p.m. however long it takes us to run our 2 heats of big wagons, and then the rodeo, or the wagons and pony wagons and chariots to follow that. So we've got from 4 p.m. on till could run till 9 o'clock there. So it's a lot of you get a lot of bang for your buck.
What is the buck? What is the cost to get in, Lleyton?
That's $20 at the gate. I think it's 12 and under free. So $20, you can't get a meal from McDonald's for that anymore. So quite a few hours of entertainment. I think it's pretty worth it for sure.
Somebody can get a meal for $20 at McDonald's, Lleyton. Just not big guys like you and I. Let's put it.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah,
we got to have a couple of burgers.
Yeah.
Sunday, what's happening on Sunday?
Sunday we've got the rodeo starts at high noon there, and then we'll run the big wagons at 3 o'clock, and then after 3 o'clock we'll do our ponies and chariots. So noon everything starts on Sunday, and we're gonna try and bring out the world's largest chuckwagon like we do every year on Sunday, and the local guys got a team, so hopefully we can bring that out and show everybody again this year.
What am I forgetting to mention, Lleyton? Is there anything you want people to know about Chuckwagon Weekend in Dewberry? Is that the official name for it, Chuckwagon Weekend?
I guess so, yeah. Chuckwagon Weekend, Father's Day weekend. No, I mean, we have unfortunately we weren't able to put together a dance this year, and neither did the Dewberry Bar, but you know what? The Dewberry Bar is always hopping that time of year, so I'm sure he'll have a singer or something in there. But our beer gardens are always open from whether it be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they'll be open. There'll be a couple different food trucks and vendors down at the sports grounds. So other than that, it's come and enjoy the weekend with all of us for sure.
Thank you, Lleyton. Really appreciate you giving us some of your time.
No, awesome. Thank you, Kurt.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector. building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At CK McKean Roofing, they understand what it took to put that roof over your head for your family. With over 20 years of experience under their belt, they strive to show you that with their workmanship and their integrity. Not all roofing companies are created equal, and that's why CK McKean Roofing encourages you to focus on your most important investments, your home and your family. CK McKean Roofing. Roofers do it on top.
Welcome back. We're pleased to be joined by Daley Brochu, who is here representing the Marwayne Arena board committee.
Yes, yeah, arena board. You
Arena
bet.
board, yeah. So what they've been doing out in Marwayne, we've talked to you guys a lot of times before. You've had Gord Bamford play in Marwayne. There's been some fundraising going on to, I don't know, would it be too much, Daley, for me to say save the rink?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's essentially the stage we're at. Marwayne's like a lot of small communities around here, and our skating rink is the gathering center in the wintertime for our community. And the facts are things have gotten expensive, and that's not news for anybody. But the reality is it's not a new rink, and we need a new ice plant, we need new ice surfaces, which also means the bleachers have to be redone, and many other little things in between. And we're looking at about a $3 million price point to keep this arena going. So with the involvement and support of our community, and Lloydminster included in that, you know, we're trying to do some of these events to get people out, not just ask for money. And that's really what this concert is for. All proceeds will be going towards those renovations.
Well, I mentioned you guys have had Gord Bamford there, but now you got Aaron Goodvin. So tell us about that show.
Yeah, you bet. We're really excited to have Aaron on board. He's been great to work with, really good guy, and I hear he puts on a heck of a show. So it's going to be a party, and we're excited to fill the rink there and have Aaron out to put on a good show for everybody.
You got a guy that's opening for Aaron that's been very popular in Lloydminster too. He's played here at plenty of events. He's got a really fun show. Tell us about that.
Yeah, you bet. And that was really Aaron that kind of brought that together and helped us get the headliner in. And we're very excited for the whole show. And we're positive they're both going to put on a great show for everybody there.
Yeah, anybody that's seen Garrett Gregory knows that I remember him doing the St. Patrick's Day event here in town. So he's a partier. He'll get everybody revved up for Aaron. When is the concert?
Yeah, so the concert's June 22nd. So that's a Saturday. Doors open at 6:30. The concert's going to start at 7:30. And the other thing I'd like to mention is we also have our tickets still available for our $40,000 cash raffle. So those will be sold either until they sell out or right up until we do the draw right after Aaron Goodvin.
Well, tell us a little bit more about that raffle. So how much are tickets?
Yeah,
where can you get them?
Tickets are $50, and the best way at this point to get them is come to the concert, and we'll have them on sale there in person.
Okay. Now, first prize is $40,000. Is it just here's this $40,000 cash? That's the prize.
Yeah. So we have already done all of our early bird draws. So at this point, it's just the main one to be done here, and that is a $40,000 cash prize.
How much are tickets there?
Tickets to Aaron are $60. Cash at the door is fine, or you can find us on eventbrite.ca.
Okay, so pre-buy, or you don't think you'll sell out. You gotta.
Well, we're hoping we're going to sell out. So go buy your tickets now on Eventbrite.
You got a big area to fill, though. That's
you bet. Yeah, it's not a small rink, and I'm sure that we'll keep selling tickets till we can't pack anybody more in there.
So I love how you guys call it drink for the rink.
You bet.
So obviously there's beverages available, food available that night as well.
Yeah, you bet. We're going to have the concession open, and if you've ever had a Marwayne rink burger, it's worth the drive just for that. So we'll have the concession open for food, and drinks obviously will be sold all night. And I mean, we're going to call it what it is. Come out and have a good time, listen to some great music, and have some drinks, and drink for the rink, right? We need this facility in our community, and we're trying to make it a fun way to raise that money.
Where are you guys at? How are you doing on that $3 million? That's a big ticket.
It is, and then that's the total price tag, and that money is going to be put together from a bunch of different parts and pieces, including provincial grants, government grants, that sort of thing. So we're actually doing quite well. We have funded phase 1, which is the replacement of the concrete and the actual plumbing underneath the concrete. So that will be kicking off here the week after the concert. It's all getting torn out. So the funding for that has been raised. We're about halfway to that 3 million. So about that 1.5 million we do have already from previous fundraising events and other government programs and things like that we've applied for over the last couple of years.
That's pretty impressive. So things will be done kind of in stages. Absolutely.
With a project like this, yeah, it's a pretty big undertaking for a small community like ours to come up with that money all at once. So we are doing a phased approach, which I think will be good, and it'll reduce the downtime of the rink as well.
Must feel pretty good to live in a community that's come together for this.
Absolutely.
You must be pretty proud. 1.5
sure.
million. Like if you had set a goal of 1.5 million, I'm sure everybody went, we'll never get there, but here you are, you're half of your goal already.
You bet. And Marwayne is a community that has done this before. We did the Agriplex, about 12 years ago, and that was a big deal because we didn't have a good community venue for weddings and things like that. So Marwayne is definitely a community that is known for coming together to do things like this. We've got the Lee Park Rodeo. That's always a big community event. The PBR every year. So this is nothing new for Marwayne. I'm very proud to be from Marwayne, and it is a great community.
So Lonely Drum, I know he's got more songs than that, but that's the one everybody thinks of is Lonely Drum, and he puts on a great show. When he was kicking off his tour last year, he kicked it off in Lloydminster, so he's very familiar with the area.
Yes.
It's going to be a great show. Get your tickets or show up on Saturday night and have a great time.
You bet. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it, Daley.